Right, hello everybody, welcome down to Trafford Golf Centre. I'm Matt Fryer and today I'm here to help you understand how we're going to release the golf club face in the golf swing. So one of the things that I've been discovering with quite a lot of my lessons recently is the awareness of the release of the golf club face and how we actually do it and what effect it has during the golf swing. Now, probably the most people watching this video now would be a slicer of the golf ball. As a right-hander, we'd see that curvature from left to the right. And what we would see generally is something where we're seeing a face that's open to the path a lot of the time, sometimes open to the target quite excessively, and sometimes maybe just slightly, but not quite as much as the excessive one. So what we need to do is understand how we're actually going to get this face rotating and closing over. Now, if you've seen my videos on the grip recently and how we're actually going to grip the golf club, that will be a massive help to how we're going to instigate this release going through the golf swing, but also it's actually a feeling of it. And one of the things that I found recently a lot is that when I'm seeing a lot of slicers now, they're literally trying to get this face squared up at impact. So they're not doing anything in the backswing, they're not doing anything pretty much on the downswing on the way into impact. They're trying to do it at that split second of impact. Now, a golf swing isn't lasting much longer than 1 second. So to try and actually time the release perfectly, you know, the perfect rotation of the golf club down to a split second is going to be very unpredictable, and you're going to see some really different shots, and to get it right is going to be, you know, 1 in a million. So one of the things I'm doing a lot with my lessons at the moment is obviously we're trying to change the pattern that they're delivering this face in. So if we're seeing something where this face is coming in now and it's wide open looking right of target, let's say, or right of the path of the club, we're trying to get something where we're delivering this face so it's excessively closed. And as we're making these changes, what we're trying to do is make an excessive change. You know, we want to see a ball flight where instead of it curving, let's say, 20 yards left to right in the air, let's really see some right to left curvature on it 20 yards that way. Instead of just a tiny little draw, you know, we're not going to straight away release the club perfectly and see like a 1 yard baby jaw onto target. We need to change your pattern, and I think that's one of the things you need to understand when making a change in your swing. You're not going to go from a mistake or your common fault to just hitting the perfect shot. You almost need to go to the other side of the spectrum to get an understanding of what the feeling is, to then be able just to iron it down and just tone down that movement that you're making to come back towards a more neutral movement. So one of the things I'm trying to get my lessons to do at the moment, if they are someone who is lacking the release in the swing, is really make it a priority from the top of their backswing. So as they go from transition into downswing, we're looking at really making an excessive movement. So one of the things like we see a lot of, I'll see a lot of, is something where the face is left wide open all the way just to one tiny little bit just in front of the ball, and then try and square it up as quickly as possible. Now, like I say, in that time frame, you've got a 1 in a million chance. So what we're trying to do now, I want you to try and do this as well at home. If you're someone who is a big slicer and feeling this, that you're not getting any release of the golf club, obviously make sure we've got a good grip to start with, and then I want you to make some excessive movements. So as you're at the top of your backswing just ready to go into transition, your first thought now is to try and get this face really, really closed. Let's exaggerate the movement. So as we see here, as I come in down into impact now, I want my face to look as if it's pointing straight left of my target, almost at a 90-degree angle here. So I'm going to really make some excessive movements and start to deliver a totally different face to what I've been delivering when I'm hitting my slice shot. So I'd hit some shots where all I'd see, and like I say, I'm not looking for the perfect shot now, all I'm looking for is a curvature that is right to left in the air. So that's literally flown 30 yards before it's hit the fence. I've overdone it. I've really overdone it. I've made a massive exaggeration, and that's what we've got to get the feeling of. It's from the top of the downswing. We're not trying to do it leave it open, oh, flip it and try and save it at the bottom. Let's make it a real priority that we're trying to get some release. And one of the things I'd want you to look for is something where, as you swing through, it's more that these forearms are crossing over. So as we see here, as we get through into post-impact sort of 9 o'clock where my arms are, you can see my right forearm now is on top of my left forearm. A lot of what I see is left open, left forearm gets up above the right forearm, and then it's flipped very quickly to try and save it. As where what we're trying to see now, you feeling that you cross your forearms over, so by the time you're here, you've really got the right forearm on top of that left forearm. And like I say, what we want to be seeing is more shots where, again, that's curled massively. I'm really starting to get a lot of release on the golf club here. So it's not that I'm doing it in this split second down at impact. I'm making it a priority from the top to try and get some release. We're not going to do it there down at the moment of impact. We've got to try and exaggerate to get it into a position so by the time the face reaches the ball, it's already closed. Because when you get onto the golf course and when you're making some quicker full swings, that movement isn't going to be as exaggerated. So as you're doing it in a practice routine and feeling that we're starting to really exaggerate these movements, get the forearms turning over, as you come in to hit a full shot now, it should be something. Again, still a draw for me, but only a 5 or 6 yard draw there, as where normally I'd fade everything. So feeling an exaggeration, guys, and understanding that it's not going to happen down at impact in that split second. It's something where we've got to try and happen all the way through the downswing, is going to give you more time to square that face up. And I think it's something, after having sort of a few lessons this week, I've had a few beginners come in and higher handicappers there trying to do it down at impact after we've had a conversation and, you know, them explain to me what they feel they're trying to do, and then be, you know, let's, exactly what I've said in this video, let's do it from the top, let's feel we're getting the face closing from the top. Then we're going to see something where you're able to square the face up easier and quicker down at impact, as opposed to trying to do it in that split second. So guys, give it a go. Like I say, it's something more of a, not so much a drill this video, more of something I'm clearing it up in your mind. We're not trying to do it in that split second. The golf swing is so quick that you're not going to have time just to do it at impact, you know, given the choice to do it. So let's try and do it on the way down. Let's get that face squared up. Guys, I hope this video has helped you. If it has, remember to give that like button a hit for me. Also remember, if you want more videos to help your golf, remember to click the subscribe button. And also, if you do want to come see me down at Trafford Golf Centre, all the information is linked below. Love to help you with your golf, and I'll see you in the next video.